is progressives. What is it that progressives believe? Progressives are all about big government and power and control. It doesn't matter about Democrat or Republican. It's power and control. Control over you. You don't choose for yourself. We'll give you some options. But we're not going to make them clear. We'll give you some options, and we'll control it. This is the European model, not the American model. The American model is small government. The government doesn't control every aspect of your life. This is what gives you communism and Nazism on either side. This is not American. This is progressive. Big government and power and control, okay? They'll regulate everything, from cars to food, everything. You're seeing it right now. The second thing that progressives, they're important to them. I mean, if we had them on truth serum. Democratic elections. Yeah, again, they'll give you the choices. Like, for instance, the progressives around the turn of the century gave you Theodore Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson. Both progressives. Both believed in big government and power and control. We've had this choice over and over again. It's why you keep voting and saying, well, that seems like we still get the same thing, right? But democratic elections mean something else, because we're not a democracy, we're a republic. Democratic elections. You'll hear this when they talk about the democratically elected leader of Iran, the democratic leader Chavez, democratically elected, you know, Castro, democratically elected, Hitler, democratically elected. It's code language. The third one is social justice. Social justice has nothing to do with America. And I got news for you, has nothing to do with Jesus, because it is a collective redemption through the government. It's really Marxism when it's coupled with 1 and 2. You might go to a church and they say social justice. If that means you get on your knees and you're like, God, really? You want me to go where and help people build what? Okay, if that's what God is telling you to do, and not telling you to force me to do it with you, well, then it's okay. But social justice, as understood by progressives, is Marxism. It's all about redistribution of wealth. Understand that, because this is going to play a role. Now let me talk to you about Puerto Rico. Before we start, we have one shot to get this right. One shot. Because this is really going to, I mean, this is all about racism soon. Right now, you haven't heard the story anywhere. Puerto Rico. Understand, this story is not about Hispanics. It's not about freedom. It's about, number one, big government and power and control. Progressives. Puerto Rico is a self-governing commonwealth, but they're subject to U.S. jurisdiction and sovereignty. It's been a U.S. territory since after the Spanish-American War of 1898. They are not an independent country. It's like the Virgin Islands or Guam or American Samoa, okay? We protect them, and they get some of the things, you know, the benefits of America, like protection, but they don't have to pay taxes. It's a sweet deal. Well, some people like it, some people don't. I mean, if you're in Puerto Rico, you don't want to be just another 51st state. People have consistently voted against becoming America's 51st state in Puerto Rico 3 times since 1967. The latest one was in 1998. It's always been the same question, and here it is, 3 times. 67, 93, and 98, they voted no. The question has been, do you want to become a state? Do you want to be a state? That's the question. Pretty easy. No. Now, let me take you to Washington, D.C. Remember this question. Puerto Rico, do you want to be a state? No, 3 times. Now, let me take you to Washington, D.C., where tomorrow an important vote is happening. They're not asking this question, do you want to be a state? No, no, no. And this sounds so nice. I don't know how anyone could ever vote against this. This is called the Puerto Rico Democracy Act. Well, who could be against democracy? Oh, wait a minute. Democratic. Who could be against that? Now, I've called all over Washington, and they want you to know this is a non-binding resolution. It is. It is supposedly to support Puerto Rico's self-determination on whether or not, if they want to be a state. Oh, well, that's great. I think we have some other things, that might be more important. You know what I mean? Why do we need this? That's the question I'm left with. Why do we need this? Do we need a non-binding resolution to support self-determination? I mean, they've been asked this question. They can ask it again. I mean, is there something going on in Puerto Rico that I'm not aware of? Is there something really, because, I mean, I'm going to help Puerto Rico if there's a problem, but that doesn't seem to be a problem. Why are we taking attention away from the economy, or that hard grilling of Goldman Sachs, or immigration? Why? Well, my staff today made some phone calls to the Republicans in Congress who are supporting this bill. Here are the answers. This is a vote about freedom. Oh, well, don't get all technical on me. I mean, that's pretty complex. Really? How about this one? This vote does not grant Puerto Rico statehood. It simply gives Puerto Ricans the right to determine if statehood is something they would want for themselves. Gosh darn it, you Republicans, you are smart. Do you want to be a state? They can ask any time, in any election, and they have. So neither of those questions or those answers really help us on anything. It's almost like something else might be going on. But remember, they keep saying, oh, this is non-binding, non-binding. Right. If I just trusted progressives, big government, power and control, transformation of America, big government, power and control, and democratic elections. See, democratic elections, there's always a catch. Remember I said, democratically elected, Adolf Hitler. Yeah, but not so much. There always seems to be a trick to it. Fraud. I mean, he was democratically elected, the chancellor. But then he cobbled together a coalition that everybody said, that's ridiculous, he'd never be able to do that, and he did. And all of a sudden, Heil Hitler. Got it? There always is a trick to democratic elections. Parliamentary, corruption. It's important for the progressives, especially if you're going to fundamentally transform a country, that you leave the appearance of that country. For instance, they didn't just jam health care down your throat. No, 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 no. They debated it. They did it through the democratic process. So is there a trick here? Okay. H.R. 2499. If this passes tomorrow they vote on this. If this passes, it will force a yes or no vote in Puerto Rico. Not on this question. No, no, no. Do you want to be a state? No, no. If this passes tomorrow, what they're going to ask is this question. Do you want to maintain the current status of Puerto Rico? Oh, now, wait a minute. That's not the same question. Why? Why? Do you want to maintain the status quo? Well, let me ask you this. Do you want to maintain the status quo of our country right now? Nope. If Bertha Lewis, who, runs Acorn, if she were watching, I can guarantee you, if I said, hey, Bertha, do you want to maintain our current status? Maintain the status quo? I can guarantee you Bertha Lewis would be saying, hell no. You see, this question puts us into agreement. See the trick? It's not the same question as, do you want to be a state? This is, do you want to just be like this? No. Who's doing this? Well, in the past in Puerto Rico, statehood fails because some people do like the status quo, and it's enough to make everything else collapse. There are some who want to be a state. There are those who want to be independent. There are those who want to be independent and that do like the status quo as it is. Somebody's chair has to be removed here because there are too many choices. There's four. There's four. They need to unite people. Do you want to maintain the current status? That unites people. Not on the same answer, but on the question. See, the status quo, more likely to vote for statehood over independence. In 1990,